Welcome to Trivia Viral. Our channel covers all the latest analysis and recaps on TV shows and movies, as well as interesting stories and facts that you may not have known. So sit back, relax, and subscribe to our channel if you have been enjoying our videos so far. It starts with an old man standing outside a circus looking for a ride home from a performance. Some young circus workers spot him. Thinking he is lost, they bring him inside. One of them sees the old man looking at some old pictures that are hanging in their office. The young man asks him what he knows about the circus. He is shocked to find out that the old man knows a lot about the circus. He mentions an infamous circus disaster that happened long ago. The young man shows him an old photograph of a woman sitting on an elephant's trunk. This causes the old man to cry. We go back to the year 1931. The old man is a 23-year-old veterinary medicine student taking his final exam at Cornell University. A series of unfortunate events befall him, and his parents pass away. As it is in the middle of the Great Depression, soon the bank forecloses on the family home. One day, he decides to jump onto a passing circus train. Some older men are willing to help him find a job. He accepts the offer. The train stops at an open field. A group of circus workers is preparing to build tents. When the ringleader finds out that the student has a veterinary degree, he hires him to help him take care of the animals. While the student is working, a pretty woman appears and starts to talk with the horses. It is clear that the pretty woman is involved in the circus act. The student walks over to examine the injured leg of the horse, but the pretty woman quickly walks away. Later, he witnesses with amazement as the woman performs with the circus horses. He asks one of his fellow workers about her. He is told that it is the boss's wife, and that the others shouldn't talk to her. While the student is treating a sick horse, he tells the ringleader that the injured horse should be euthanized. The ringleader says that it is unacceptable, and that he will make it work so that the horse can continue to perform. Later, the student puts the horse down. The pretty woman warns him the ringleader will not be happy. This video is sponsored by QD. QD is Asia's largest platform for students, tutors, and coaches to match up for lessons. Sign up at QD today. The ringleader is furious and threatens to throw the student off a moving train as a lesson. Sometime later, he expresses his gratitude for potentially saving the pretty woman from being injured by the sick horse, in order to replace the money that was lost when their top horse passed away. The ringleader buys an Asian elephant. The student and the pretty woman work together to befriend the new animal. He invites the student to a meal with him and the woman. The student learns that the ringleader is possessive of her. After the ringleader has passed out from drinking too much, the other two share a dance and nearly kiss. While the ringleader is training the elephant, he uses a bullhook to whip her when she doesn't follow his commands. When the elephant performs its first act, the ringleader attempts to force the elephant to do something more exciting. She freaks out and runs away from the circus. The pretty woman has to grab a pole at the tent exit to prevent her from being dragged away by the stampeding elephant. The crowd cheers on the woman, but the ringleader is angry. He beats the elephant brutally. The student tries to stop him, but is prevented from doing that by the other workers. He then cleans up all the wounds that she suffered and gives her whiskey to help her sleep. Later, they are surprised to find out that the elephant understands Polish commands. She starts to perform beautifully, and the circus becomes very successful. The student and the pretty woman start to get closer, and after escaping a police raid, they kiss. They both regret that they were part of the circus, and they both wish that they could leave, but the elephant is important to them. During a surprise celebration for the student, the ringleader sees that the two are getting too intimate. He starts attacking the pretty woman and taunts the student. When the student starts to fight back, he is forced to jump off a train, but he convinces the pretty woman to jump with him. They eventually hide in a hotel and later make love. But the henchmen come and find them the next morning. The student wakes up blooded and beaten and discovers the woman is gone. He returns to the circus and finds that his fellow workers are not in their bunk beds. He starts to get angry because he thinks about what might have happened to them. He sneaks into the ringleader's tent and finds the woman lying with him. The woman stops him from stabbing the ringleader, tells him some of his friends had been fatally injured by the ringleader. They meet the next day and plan to escape from the circus when the show is over. While waiting for the show to be over, he hears the roar of the crowd change and rushes into the tent. The workers had freed all the animals from the cages, including the tigers and bears. The workers had done this as payback for the ringleader's heinous actions. When the crowd is rushing out, the ringleader finds the student and starts beating him with a pipe. Initially, the woman tries to save the student, but he turns his anger on her. The ringleader strangles the woman while the student fights the henchman leader. The elephant notices what's happening. The student orders the elephant in Polish and tells her to wound the ringleader with a pike. That wounds the ringleader fatally. It is decided that the circus must be closed. Nobody is charged with releasing the animals. The student becomes a licensed veterinarian, and he marries the pretty woman. He and his wife start their own act. The two had 5 kids. They kept the horses and cared for the elephant until she passed. The young man asked what happened to the pretty woman. The old man says she passed away in her bed peacefully. It is then that the old man asked the younger one to give him a job as a circus ticket taker. Eventually, the man agrees, saying that he will go down in history as the oldest man to escape with the circus. The old man laughs and says that he is not running away, but he is returning home.
What are your thoughts about this story? Let us know in the comments section below. Subscribe if you would like to see more similar videos, and give us a thumbs up to get more recommendations of our videos. Be the first to watch the latest videos by clicking the bell icon. See you on the next video.